I'm sorry, but it's Stephanie Jenkins just called buying her kids basic necessities a girl's day out? Like, be for real. Getting your daughters a haircut and some clearance rack clothes from Ross is now a luxury event? Apparently, yes. At least in Stephanie's world. And the internet? Everyone saw right through it. Because when a mom who's spent a year broadcasting her chaos suddenly tries to rebrand as involved, it doesn't scream growth, it screams optics. So today, we're unpacking how this so-called girls' day out wasn't a sweet family moment at all, but a calculated PR moment wrapped in motherhood cosplay. Quick reset for anyone new here. Stephanie Jenkins, known online as Resilient Jenkins, has been living in a motel shelter with her kids for almost a year. She's a TikTok mom who shares 5 kids with multiple men, Drew and Jeremiah, who is currently jailed for alleged sexual assault of a minor. Her content has constantly drawn backlash, from neglect allegations to exploiting her kids' struggles to turning her personal chaos into content. Recently, she uploaded a video where she took her daughters for haircuts and shopping at Ross and Marshall's, calling it their girls' day out. To her, it was a wholesome family moment. To viewers, it was a red flag disguised as a heartwarming vlog. And here's the problem we're unpacking. Was this genuine motherhood or a desperate attempt to look like one while the pressure mounts from CPS and her exes? Now, let's rewind and go step by step through this girls' day out. So, picture this, besties. It's one of those weekends where you can literally feel Stephanie gearing up to film something wholesome. You know that look she gets when she's about to prove a point to the internet? Yeah, that one. She suddenly decides to take her daughters, not all her kids, but the girls, out for what she calls a surprise trip. Her son stayed home. Drew's son, Dishon, was at his mom's place, and Stephanie had her camera ready like she was about to shoot a commercial for World's Most Improved Mom.
Stephanie Jenkins, you finally took your girls out of the house and took them to go shopping. What happened? Did Deshaun get a haircut? Did Desiree do something for Deshaun? And you thought, oh no, nobody can one-up my girls, because we all know, Stephanie Jenkins, you prefer them over him. And this is a picture down there even of their shoes. Like, the girls have good shoes, but Deshaun has old shoes. Same thing with the Halloween costumes. Deshaun had to go ahead and rewear his, which I'm not, like, it's not an issue that he's re-wearing, like, a past costume that he's had. But the issue here lies with whatever. Here, the fact that the girls usually get new things. Addie and the other one. And I'm not going to lie, like, this looks like a good and happy day. But it's not happy when they're still living in that motel shelter. Like, that's not going to be, the priorities are out of whack. Like, how about you surprise them instead of surprising them with like a shopping spree or anything like that? You go and you surprise them with stable housing. I'm sure they would love that. And again, I'm not being mean or picking on her specifically because she's houseless. It's because she's making $10,000 to $15,000 a month, and we don't know where her money is going because she can't get a place. It's because she refuses to prioritize her children and instead will garden instead of giving them like a stable household. The reason why is she'd rather put all her stuff in storage with the rats instead of getting a stable house. Her choices aren't the best, and they are allegedly the product of her doing some kind of rugs.
Right away, you can feel the setup. It's not family bonding, it's selective parenting. Like, this wasn't a Saturday of spontaneous fun, it was a mission. A mission that screamed, look at me finally doing something motherly. The outing itself was simple, but she hyped it like a red carpet event. The girls got haircuts, which to most kids is just a quick errand, and then hit Ross and Marshall's for a few new clothes. That's all.
Good morning, guys. It is Sunday morning. I want to surprise the girls and do like a little girls' days. Me, I'm that bitch that can't do her makeup, okay? And we're going to talk about how I accidentally put shine on my forehead and made my freckle forehead wrinkles stand out. Alright, got the oatmeal done. Time to wake up the girls. Waking anybody up, so now we're going to go. Great Clips is not quite open, so we're going to head to It's called grass. Ross. So let's go in and see what we can find. Okay, real quick, I wanted to show y'all what the girls got at Ross before we're in that loud, crazy lighting motel room, okay? So these Rebel shoes, Bella. Addie picked out these pants. It's a set of 2, super cute. Little. We started breakfast.
But for Stephanie, this was content gold. She filmed the angles, narrated the process, threw in some background music, like she was directing a documentary about motherhood reborn. And you can't even blame the internet for rolling their eyes because, honestly, these kids hadn't been taken anywhere for ages. They started school in old, tight-fitting clothes, wearing shoes that had seen better days. So yeah, for them, this trip probably felt like a holiday. But for everyone watching, it was a reminder of how rare this type of moment actually is. Calling it a girl's day out when all she did was meet basic parental duties, that's unintentionally funny, almost tragic comedy. It's like watching someone give a TED talk to making their bed, and yet she proudly labeled it a surprise day for my babies, smiling for the camera like she just funded college tuition.
I want to surprise the girls and do like a little girls' days.
Stephanie, when are you going to surprise the girls with a house? They've been living in a motel room for a year. And then before that, they were living in a 1-bedroom apartment with 7 people. You had all the kids in the living room. So you and King Daddy could have your own bedroom. Yuck. To make the 5th kid that you didn't need, that you can't support. I don't know why we didn't think that through. And before the 1-bedroom apartment that the girls were in, they were at your mom's house, which is the most stable home they've ever had in their life, because before their mom's house, they were with you and your pedo husband. And we don't know what happened there, do we? We don't know what happened there. But CPS took them. CPS took them out of that house. So something was going on in that house.
Picked out these pants.
You trying to impress us with bare minimum you bought your kids clothes is doing nothing. Buy them a house.
The irony here is wild. The more she tries to make these everyday responsibilities look extraordinary, the more obvious it becomes that she's doing it for show. She's not documenting out of joy. She's documenting to rewrite a narrative. And if you followed Stephanie long enough, you already know what comes next. Every nice mom era she has happens right after she's dragged online or called out. There is always timing, always strategy, and this moment, not different. But when you zoom out, this wasn't about bonding at all. It was about optics. Stephanie's timing is always suspiciously convenient. Here's where it flips. Because every time Stephanie starts acting motherly, something bigger is brewing behind the scenes. This whole new mom era didn't come from nowhere. The timing aligns perfectly with Deshaun, Drew's son, with his other baby mama Desiree, reuniting with his mother and receiving proper care. Deshaun's been getting fresh clothes, haircuts, structure, all the things Stephanie rarely provided when he lived with her. And apparently, seeing Desiree's setup triggered something in Stephanie. Suddenly, she's inspired to be Mother of the Year. But here's the catch. Her motivation doesn't come from love. It comes from comparison. It's like she saw Desiree providing and thought, wait, that should be me getting credit for being the good mom online. And the way she executed it proves it. She left Deshaun out of her girl's day out, which immediately raised eyebrows. If this was about family bonding, why exclude him? Because deep down, this wasn't about the kids. It was about optics. And we know this pattern because Stephanie herself has confessed it before. She admitted feeling jealous that her daughters were seeing Deshaun get care and gifts from his mom. She said it made her feel bad that the girls might want the same from their other parent. And when you realize she was talking about Jeremiah, the same man who is currently behind bars for sexual assault of minors, you start to see how wrapped her perspective is. She has been in silent competition with Drew's other baby mamas, especially Desiree and Alita, for months. Whenever they do something normal for their kids, she copies it, films it, and exaggerates it for the internet. So when Desiree got Deshaun back, Stephanie responded with a girl's day out because in her mind, this wasn't about care. It was about keeping up appearances.
Okay, guys, I don't need the boost, but I feel like pointing some things out. I've been wearing makeup a lot more, and I have told Stephanie to go shop at Ross and Marshall's because it's a lot cheaper. And she literally just posted a video of her wearing makeup and talking about shopping at Ross. I told you guys she's watching me. I know she's watching. Hi, Stephanie. Get housing for your kids for the love of God. I'm glad she's having a girls' day with the kids. I'm glad you're having a girls' day with the kids. However, it feels really intentional just because Deshaun goes to his mom's now, and after the whole Halloween thing, it just feels a little... Everything Stephanie does is calculated, and whenever you guys are going to realize that, well, you're just projecting your childhood trauma. No. I'm seeing it for what it is, and you guys are hella slow if you don't fucking see it. She's not giving the kids proper portionings to where Deshaun had to learn from his own mom it's okay to ask for more food, but okay, you're right, she's mom of the year. I think y'all are just starting to feel bad for her because they've been homeless for almost a year by their own doing. Never seen anybody go viral and downhill. Never.
What's really going on here? Let's talk because I've been thinking about this and it just screams deeper than what we were seeing on the surface. 3 theories and besties. I need you to follow closely because each one connects the dots in ways that makes this whole story feel even more twisted. You know that unspoken tension between people who share access? Yeah, that's what's going on here. Stephanie is stuck in this weird rivalry with Drew's other baby mamas, almost like she's auditioning for most devoted parent in a reality show no one asked to watch. She's constantly trying to one-up them, not for the kids, but for her own ego, for the validation she craves from the audience, and maybe even to keep Drew's attention. Every time Desiree posts something wholesome with Deshaun, like genuine, real-life parenting moments, Stephanie suddenly appears online doing something suspiciously similar, like clockwork. And when Alita goes quiet, she uses that silence to act like she's the only hands-on mom of the bunch. It's that quiet competition energy where she wants to make sure no one forgets her version of the story. This whole pattern of one-upmanship runs deep. Remember that live where she twisted a private chat about race into a whole public spectacle? She claimed Desiree told Deshaun not to call her mom because she didn't look like his mother. Whether that conversation even happened or not, Stephanie turned it into a racial dig just to play the victim. That's not protecting your kid. That's weaponizing motherhood for sympathy points. And honestly, the logic here just left the chart. Now, this one feels the most obvious. Her own mom came forward saying CPS opened a case on her. And ever since then, Stephanie's been in full-on good mom rebrand mode. Like, overnight, she went from chaos queen to Halloween costume mom, planning spooky movie nights, trick-or-treating, and suddenly becoming a fan of structure. It's giving, I am being watched, not I am being thoughtful. If CPS is really investigating, this all lines up. She's not nurturing, she's documenting. She's collecting evidence that she's a fit parent in case anyone questions it later. Think about it. Before this, her content was fights, tears, chaos, and motel walls. Now it's matching old outfits and fake smiles. You can practically hear her saying, "See, I'm doing everything right." This isn't love, it's strategy. It's not affection, it's performance. And if CPS really is in the background, this all doubles as damage control for the camera. Finally, the big one. Social optics. The audience has been dragging her for months. People have begged her to take the kids for checkups, to find stable housing, to stop filming them during art. She brushed it all off until now. But suddenly, she's the caring mother, conveniently right after viewers called her out and after CPS allegedly entered the chat. This isn't coincidence, besties. It's crisis management in real time. She's trying to protect 3 things: her image, her kids, and her TikTok page. And I hate to say it, but probably in that order. Every sweet moment she films feels less like parenting and more like PR. So, plain English, everything we're seeing right now looks reactionary. Stephanie isn't changing because she wants to. She's changing because she has to. It's survival mode disguised as growth, and that's the saddest part of it all. Now, let's talk about what this means. By framing a simple haircut and a few shots as a girl's day out, Stephanie revealed exactly why the internet struggles to sympathize with her. She's not trying to build stability, she's trying to build sympathy points. Meanwhile, her reality tells a different story. She's still homeless. Her kids are still sleeping in one motel room, and her attempts to portray herself as a stable, loving parent fall apart the moment you realize she's been attacking other moms online instead of improving her own situation. She's targeted Alita too, accusing her of chasing drama and not fighting for her son, while Stephanie herself has made an entire brand of neglect, conflict, and pity content. Behind the filtered videos, the truth is heartbreaking. Her oldest daughter, the same one she flaunted on this shopping trip, has been parentified for years, forced to babysit, manage fights, and comfort her siblings while Stephanie records or argues with Joe. She's yelled at that child, cussed at her, and even once admitted online that she doesn't do gentle parenting. She proudly calls herself a helicopter mom, but what she's really doing is transferring her chaos onto her kids. The other daughter hasn't fared much better. Remember when Stephanie refused to buy her donuts and told her to get used to disappointments? That's the environment these children live in. Constant emotional instability masked as tough love. And Dishon? Viewers still remember when he appeared on camera with a black eye allegedly caused by Stephanie. That incident alone shattered whatever was left of her image as a protective mother. Even her housing timeline tells a story of instability. From living with Jeremiah, the convicted offender, to Jude's one-bedroom apartment where 5 kids slept on the floor, to eviction, to now being cramped in a motel. Her kids have had one taste of normalcy, the time they stayed with their grandmother. That was the only period where they experienced consistency, meals, structure, and actual safety. Stephanie pulled them from that environment and straight into chaos. So while she may call this recent trip special, it's hard to ignore that what these kids really need isn't a new outfit. It's a stable home, reliable meals, and a break from the internet. Bottom line, Stephanie's Girls' Day Out isn't a feel-good story. It's a performance. A haircut and a handful of clothes don't erase a year of neglect, jealousy, and manipulation. If anything, it proves how low the bar has dropped, that a parent doing the bare minimum gets treated like breaking news. My verdict: this was performative motherhood, designed for views and validation. If Stephanie really wants to surprise her kids, she should surprise them with housing or therapy or both. So, what do you think? Is this the start of real change or just another PR stunt before CPS steps in? Drop your thoughts below and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the next update because with Stephanie, the story never stays still for long.